to let themselves go a bit. But I'm actually from the People's Republic of Teesside, the mighty borough. So, last time I was in Middlesbrough, there was a guy busking. So I went over to take a look, and he sat cross-legged on the floor, and he had this hoodie laid out flat in front of him. And people were chucking money in his hat, and the guy played some music, and then this hoodie would jump up, and it danced around in time to the music. It was unbelievable, amazing to see. Anyway, the crowd dispersed, and I went over and said, "Mate, is there any chance I can buy that hoodie off you?" He says, "Nah, mate, that's my livelihood." Yeah, 8 weeks of intensive comedy training. 8 weeks. From an alleged professional comedian. That's John the comp there, by the way. So, if any of us are shit tonight, it's all John's fault. But if we're amazing, it's all us, and I am available for birthdays, weddings, bar mitzvahs, funerals. Just call me. Anyway, as John said, we're all here tonight raising money for charity. I'm raising money for Prostate Cancer UK, and I got talking to my mate, and I told her I'm doing this gig. And I said, "Well, I'm doing it for charity, raising money for Prostate Cancer UK." And he turned to me, and he looked at me and went, "Mate, haven't you already been through enough shit?" Which I thought was a bit hard. But anyway, it got me thinking about shit. As you do. But I tell you what, the nerves tonight, I've been to the loo that many times. The last time I went, all that came out was like a puff of chocolate dust. It was like what you find in the bottom of a box of Cocoa Pops. So, social media, I'm not a big fan. Never have been. But you can't get away from it, can you? But you know the one thing that I hate the most about social media? It's made paedophiles lazy. I mean, back in my day, we used to have to put a mat on, hang around in the park or the playground. Nowadays, just hang around in chat rooms. Anyway, it's coming up nearly 2 years since I got married for the first time. Yeah, my wife's in tonight, she's a nurse. Yeah, she's a real lifesaver. She hangs around my waist and she refuses to sink. Well, things weren't always that good. We had a bit of a rocky patch. Things weren't going well. In fact, things were a bit touch and go. I'd touch her, she'd go. She used to roll her eyes at me. I'd pick her up, I'd roll her back. Anyway, we decided to take a bit of a break, put a bit of distance between us. So I would stay a minimum 100 metres away from her at all times. And the police said I should stop calling her my girlfriend. But we patched things up and we're happily married now. And we get on great. And we don't really argue, but a couple of weeks ago we had an absolute massive row. I can't even remember what it was about now. We were shouting, screaming, crying, pleading, begging. That was just me. Anyway, she started getting some stuff out of the closet, chucked it in her bag, chucked the bag at me, and she said, "Get out of the house!" So I started trudging away. And then she shouted after me, she said, "I hope you die a long, slow, painful death." So I turned to her and I said, "What, you want me to stay now?" So I'm a dad. I've got 2 boys, I've got a stepson and I've got a stepdaughter. Now my youngest son, he's got ADHD, so he struggles a bit socially, emotionally, any sort of change to routine. So this one day he was at school and one of his goldfish died. Now I thought, I don't know how he's going to take this, he could kick off, anything could go on. So I figured I'd use a distraction technique. So he came in from school, I sat him down, and I said, "Son, I've got some bad news. Goldie's died, but I'm not your real dad." seem to do the trick. But he's obsessed with food. That's all he does is eat. He's actually on a seafood diet at the moment. Mostly fish and chips. Anyway, I went and got some fish and chips the other day, and he sat down eating them, and he shouted me, he said, Dad, I came over, and there's this massive syringe in the fish. Turns out I was a drug addict. So before I finish tonight, I'm going to finish with a little song I wrote. I'm going to sing it note by note, but don't worry, it's not very long. Right, it's a bit of a tribute to one of the best things that come out of Middlesbrough since the A66. And that is, of course, Mr. Bob Mortimer. So, he hasn't got any music, so I'm going to do it a cappella, so I apologise in advance for that. But here goes. Cheeky monkeys eat bananas with their feet. Greg's sausage rolls are rather nice to eat. Cheeky fellas always seem to be called Pete. Cheeky lasses are often available to meet. Oranges are squashable and so are gummy bears. There's nothing more excruciating than extracting long-nosed hairs. Savoys are sausages with an impressive girth. Tomorrow I shall kill again, this time in killing worm. Oh yes! Right, that's me. You've been amazing. I've been Jonathan. Thank you. I've enjoyed this night.